Hello everyone, this is Simon from SMD Technologies and welcome to yet another stream. Today I'm going to update you on the upcoming changes to SMD and BeadRush, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the algorithm that's changing, the main menu, and some other details so you exactly know what's changing and what's coming, so you know what you signed up for when you either purchased BeadRush in Steam Early Access or followed or whatever. You support it in some way, so you know. So let's start with BeadRush, the most important update to BeadRush, which is the spawning algorithm. The spawning algorithm was a little bit buggy from the beginning. There was a problem that when you teleported to the beginning of the platform you're flying above, you immediately met obstacles. You immediately bumped into them, and in most cases you exploded right away. This wasn't supposed to happen, obviously, and there's an update I pushed 2 days ago which should fix this issue, and it is possible that it's still there, but it should be gone by now, or most of the occurrences should be fixed. So if you head over to BeadRush and play any level up mode level, you should see that this issue is indeed gone, and it should not appear again. But if it does, just let me know. Use the email you see in the main menu, the upper right corner. It's beadrush@smdtech.sk, and you can reach out to me via this channel, communication channel, and tell me about your issue. The next update that's coming very soon is the main menu. The main visual is going to change. The background is going to be dynamic, and the buttons will be a little bit more customized for BeadRush. I'm working on some design, and it should be better and it should look better. I'm going to show you another change that was introduced to BeadRush recently. I pushed this update, I think it was on Saturday, two days ago, and basically this update makes you a better player of BeadRush, or so I'm absolutely correct. You had a problem. Some of you had a problem with when you exploded, and you used 120 blue points to revive. Sometimes you bumped into more obstacles right after reviving and exploded immediately. This wasn't supposed to happen either, of course, and this issue is fixed by you being undestroyable the first 5 seconds after reviving. So when you use the 120 blue points to revive, you're immortal for 5 more seconds and nothing will damage you, so you have enough time to collect enough points or pass a portal. And one of the news is also that the portals now replenish your health completely. So when you pass through it, it replenishes your health, which I think is great for many occasions, primarily in the higher levels when you really run for your life and try to collect as many points not to explode. So this is really helpful in that manner. And it should be easier to beat the game now. I'm aware that before some of the higher levels were impossible to beat, or impossible to beat without knowing how to beat them, without knowing how the game exactly works. So it was pretty much impossible for the regular player, and now that should be fixed as well. So these two updates were introduced recently. They should improve the gameplay enormously and should make the game beatable completely in its entirety. And besides that, those were the technical, the backend changes, the game mechanics changes. But now the biggest change that came was the introduction of 2 new songs. I wrote an update on Steam on Saturday saying that I'm introducing 2 completely new songs for Beat Rush. These songs were already released on streaming services before, but it took some time to implement into Beat Rush, but now they're there and they can be played in the 2 new levels, level 10 and level 11. So enjoy the new levels. They're there for you, and they're really difficult, so get your Beat Rush cap on and try to beat them. There are already some names in the leaderboard, so if you feel up to it, you can go ahead and try to defeat them. Let me just check real quick the latest. Yeah, there's only me in level 9 and 10. There's no one in level 11 yet, because the new levels are pretty new. But there are 3 people in level 8, so if you feel up to it, go ahead and reach level 8 and try to beat them. The first player scored 1,599 blue points, so yeah, that's the goal for you to beat. And it is possible. There are many tactics and many strategies to actually beat and to actually reach higher scores like this one. So it is possible. And well, I can tell you how to do it, because why not? These streams are mainly and mostly for you to know about what's going on. Because yeah, as I said, you signed up for the early access phase, and if you're listening to this, you apparently followed SMD somewhere, so you're watching the updates. But what I wanted to say is that this is basically just an informational stream to let everyone know what's going on, so they know that their money is not just wasted, and that there's actually hard work going on, if I may say so. So yeah, let me show you the newest updates. Hold on. And with the 2 new levels, 2 new achievements were introduced as well, because so far all the levels had an achievement granted to the player after beating the level. So these 2 new levels also have 2 new hidden achievements. If you beat them, you'll get the achievements, obviously. So go ahead and try. And I will try as well now. So give me a little while here to launch the game. Beat Rush. There's a new DLC coming, by the way. It'll be fun. It's mostly for different audiences. It's not for the majority of players, probably. As far as I know, maybe I'll be surprised, but I don't think so. But I think it's fun. It's mainly family oriented, so like a family friendly content. So that's coming in the upcoming months, yeah. It should be launched in March 2021. So it's not exactly tomorrow, but soon. Okay, B-Rush. Having an issue here. Give me a little. Give me a moment here. What is going on? Okay. Beat Rush. Okay, you should be able to see Beat Rush now. Or are you? Yes, of course you are. See on the bottom, 2 new tracks are now available. It's these new tracks, and it was a lot of work to produce them. Now we're going to try to beat them, try to beat the levels. The first new level is level 10, which I'm going to launch right now. Welcome level 10. The level 10 is also a little slower. It's there to rest again. Level 6 was a little slower, allowed you to collect many points to collect as many jumps as possible, so you could then beat the higher speed levels, which are pretty difficult. But this level is not for collecting many points. It's there so you can really rest and play the game while relaxing and not being tense that you're going to explode any minute due to a faulty algorithm. Which should be better now. So, sorry for just saying gibberish, speaking gibberish. But I'm having some issues here. Okay, it's working now. Allow me to introduce you level 10.
Shield activated.
As you may have heard, that was the sound of the health bar being replenished. So if you lose any health, like we just did, as you can see, the health bar has replenished. So this is level 10 to let you relax a bit. It's not exactly slower, but there's a lot less obstacles and points, so you can just freely sit, laid back, and enjoy the song. And a friendly reminder, use the Q and E keys to set the ship sliding sensitivity. So if I press E now, the sensitivity is higher and my movement to the sides is more pronounced, but if I press Q, and you can hear the confirmational click in the background, I'm moving more smoothly and slowly to allow bigger precision while riding around, or sliding around in this case. So that was Lost Love by SMD Technologies, level 10. Now it's level 11. My newest track, I'm Not Done Yet. And I made this song when I made the hard decision to pause SMD activities. But fortunately because of the help of the Steam community, I was able to restart Beat Rush updates a few days after that. Not all services are up again, but I'm slowly trying to return to normal, and that's all because of you, and I still really appreciate your help, and it'll never be forgotten. And if one day I'll become successful at this, I'll be sure to send you a thank you note. As you can see, this song is not difficult. Also, it's partly because of the algorithm changes. It's now a lot less aggressive to the player and more friendly, so you don't have to pull your hair out, dying every 3 seconds, exploding and losing all your blue points, reviving yourself. Okay, we have 2000 blue points, so let me just explode and show you that we're indestructible for 5 seconds after being restored. Now you can see that no matter what I do, I'm just indestructible. And you heard the shush in the background, meaning that we're destructible again. So let me just collide. Yeah. You can see that I lost some of my health, and you also heard the sound. So this is one of the updates I mentioned. More interactive items are coming. The stuff you see around visuals will be interactive too. They'll have a place. You'll be able to interact and to collide with it, which then in turn grants you some advantages during gameplay, some unique properties for each ship, and it'll depend on which ship you have currently equipped, and that ship will will react differently to the things around, to the environment. So after completing level 11, we have returned to the main menu because we have completed level-wise the early access version of the game. If we go into level up mode again, we will find ourselves in level 11 again, which has no point now. In the shop, same as before, I can equip the default ship, I can equip any of these. Here I can buy the shield regeneration on Jill. Wow, which I can now use to regenerate my shields. Yeah, so that works. And or the strongest ship yet, SMD Baltica 620 or 620. There's a unique ship coming, a unique meaning that it's different than any of these. It'll function differently, it'll look different. So yeah. Okay, well, that's about it. Those are the beat rush updates that are coming, and I've just shown you the implemented updates that I pushed 2 days ago. Now about the other changes that are coming to SMD. I told you about the SMD website. At this very moment, SMD website is still as it was, so no change there. But that's going to change soon as well. It'll be a completely new design, a different design technique, and I think you'll like it. Who knows, but I think you will. I also was interviewed recently, to my surprise. I was interviewed about the activities of SMD and the beginnings of SMD and how I got to game development and up to this point. So you can find this interview in text on 3 blogs. I think these blogs are like pretty popular. I never heard of them before, so extremely popular. But one of the blogs actually posted on Instagram and Facebook. I posted as well. I shared the post. One of the blogs is called Pax Jones. They have an Instagram account, a Facebook page. I also shared the post on SMD Facebook page, SMD Technologies. And yeah, so if you wish, you can read about that there. You can read the interview. And to be honest, and to my extreme surprise, I don't know what caused it. Maybe it had something to do with my recent advertising I did on Facebook. I don't know. But I was interviewed in New York as well. Not physically, of course, because, the coronavirus pandemic and the current situation. So it was over the internet, online. And a New York radio called Z Radio Live interviewed me also about SMD and my activities, my games, and how I actually got to this area. So if you wish, you can wait till Wednesday 6 p.m. New York time, which is EST, Eastern Standard Time, but I will also be streaming the interview soon, which means today. But in a few hours. So if you wish, you can listen to that. So it's up to you. Yeah, so that's about it, and definitely stay tuned. If you're a supporter, which I think you are if you're even listening to this, to me blabbing, then you have a lot to see and to be excited for and to be excited about. So stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for your support, for your continued support. If you're one of the people if you're one of the people who supported me after I posted about that financial crisis. Thank you, extreme thanks to you. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you, but you, the people who stood behind me, it's unbelievable. Still, sort of difficult to believe that people actually like SMD. I don't mean like well, I don't think I'm doing anything bad. I didn't mean it in that way. I meant I was never supported like this, never before in my life, and no one supported me like this. No one stood behind me in something creative like this. Definitely not in making games, which I made in the past and was and received negative feedback, false negative feedback back then. So I'm experiencing this basically for the first time ever. So I really appreciate that, and I hope you stay with SMD a little longer. Yeah, stay tuned for those updates, and maybe even try Beat Rush, the newest updates, and a lot more to come. A lot more to come. There's definitely a lot more to come. That's also why the song I just released was called, or is called, I'm Not Done Yet, because I'm definitely not done yet, and there's a lot more to come from SMD. So yeah, you have a lot to be excited about. Yeah, well, so to not waste any more of your time, thank you all. I appreciate each one of you. Bye bye.